I not spark you wet? Look how dark you get when you're marked for death. Trying to blow up like nitro and dynamite sticks. Yeah, that's smoke hydro, rock diamonds, that's sick. Got paid off my flow, rock with my own clip. We can settle with the chrome and metal shit. I make it hot like a kettle kit. Who sent you?
The Modern Maverick.
Who sent you?
The Modern Maverick.
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was don't hit me no more.
Oh shit. It's that time of week again. Another episode of the Modern Maverick podcast coming to you live from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I am your host, the Modern Maverick himself. And with me, my co-host, J-Flynn.
What's up, man?
What's up? This podcast is brought to you by Orage Design. Let me pull up my thing here. A renovation specialist with over 10 years experience in kitchen, bathrooms, and walk-in closets. Orage Design specializes in walk-in closets and Italian-style showers. Works with top designers to give you the best option, best price, and best quality materials. Orage Design, you can check them out at oragedesign.com. That's www.oragedesign.com. And that's it. That's our sponsor for now. We are our loan sponsor. You want to...
If you want to come out of the closet, let it be a walk-in closet or walk-out closet or Orage Design. I don't know. Fuck, man.
That's a good-ass jingle, bro.
I'm running out of ideas.
It's all good. It's all good.
Creative juices
cheers to
empty.
episode 17 of the Modern Maverick podcast.
17.
Take 2, by the way, because we were...
I love scotch.
Oh, there we go.
Scotch. Here it goes down into my belly.
There we go.
As you can, I
got that one specially for
we now have some
toast.
sound effects.
We're moving on up, man.
That's right.
Get some sound effects on a soundboard, until we get sued by somebody for using Will Ferrell's voice.
You think that could happen?
I don't know how it works if it's just little bits. I mean, they're like little. I know there's rules as far as when you're playing stuff online, podcasts or whatnot. You can use little samples as long as it's only a certain length or certain duration, I should say. It's not copyright infringement, so I'm hoping anyway. Whatever.
What happens if the video is already on YouTube? Like, if you play
like is the case for most of these I found on YouTube, and I don't know. Is it public domain or not? Is the question. I don't know. I guess as long as you're not pirating sound effects that come on records or albums that are being sold like packages, maybe I don't know.
But when we first started doing the podcasts and I didn't have any intro music, I always try to find clips online of the intro of music and stuff. And a lot of the times when I load the video after I do all my editing, I'd load the video onto YouTube and then I'd get a warning right away saying we've detected that you're using this song, and it told me the song and the artist and the label.
Oh, maybe it's because it picks up after a certain amount of time. Maybe that's it. Like if we just got a quick shut up, one of those.
Yeah, they wouldn't know where that came from.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
I would.
Well,
we'll see. We're taking a walk on the wild side, right?
But it did let me post it though. It would say that I had to acknowledge that I'm using this.
Okay.
And I never got a request.
I guess if your video hits 1 million.
Yeah, they'd be like, hey, by the way.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
Views, and they're like, yeah, we want some money, bitch.
Yeah. So,
because I don't know if you've ever looked into it, but if ever you want to start, like, your online radio station or whatever, and you want to start playing copyright tracks, there's a fee. I think it's like $500 a year or something you pay, and then this way you can play whatever the fuck you want.
Does it let you play everything, or it gives you just like a?
You pretty much get carte blanche
because you pay that fee.
You pay a royalty fee, and then you're good for the year.
You have to own, like, if I had the money right now, could I just go and pay that $500 like Joe Blow on the side?
You would register, I guess, through whatever it is. I know with the certain websites I was checking out, like Live Radio or Radio 365 or whatever it's called, Radio 360. Anyway, one of those at one point I was looking into it, and it had the option, like when you signed up, you could pick like the free package, which would only let you have like, let's say 5 simultaneous viewers or listeners at once, or you could pay $100 a month, and then it was plus the royalty fees, or at a certain point it was included the royalty fees. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but those people they're listening. That's why maybe or they have systems set up online where it's like a tracer that will pick up after like 20 seconds.
Well, I hear they have a lot of people that do,
like Shazam can pick up a song right in 3 seconds on your phone. Right, it'll tell you what artist is playing if you don't know what's going on the radio and you want to hear a song and figure out who it is. So I guess it's the same idea.
Well,
I would assume.
I just want to mention we did record a podcast last week, and it was a disaster. Just say that last Saturday was, in my book, a big disaster. Yeah, I got my car fixed, and it was a big. Remember, we spoke about it in a podcast that I never put out because we recorded almost a 2-hour podcast. Two things: the video went all screwy on me because of the lighting, and it was out of focus. And for some reason, our mics, my input wasn't working properly on my laptop, so I just ended up recording a whole 2-hour podcast with my little laptop microphone.
Yeah, it sounded like amateur hour.
Not only did it sound like amateur hour, but a lot of times when I was typing, you'd hear in no more of our voice, click, 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 and then when I hit the space bar, I normally hit it hard, and it was like cha 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 cha. I was like, I can't put this out. So last week was I wrote it off. I'm like, I'm just gonna start over this week. I'm like, fuck it, I can't put this out. I almost hit submit, and then I started listening to more and I said, nah, this.
So we can use all the same bits again.
We could if I remember.
I forgot them all.
I forgot everything. I can remember anything. But
seriously, my Bucci last week was like, oh, so what'd you guys talk about in the podcast? I'm like, stuff. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, we just like wing it usually. We don't come in with a game plan. So he's like, yeah, but what'd you talk about today? I'm like, I had to think. I'm like, oh yeah, we did a bit about our favorite jerseys.
Well, you know what though? Like when I load the information, like after the podcast, either tonight or I'll load it. Which we use. I don't know if we mentioned last week, but we're no longer using Podomatic.com.
Yes, that's right.
We are on SoundCloud from now on. So all the new episodes from today will be loaded on SoundCloud. Jesus Christ.
Which is linked through the modernmaverick.net website.
That's right. Modernmaverick.net. I haven't updated the website yet, but it will be done this weekend where it'll be SoundCloud and iTunes now. So if you go on iTunes, we're back on iTunes.
Yeah.
So, but not all episodes are there. They're only from episode 12.
Well, that's okay. That's when we started hitting our stride anyway.
Yeah.
Started getting better around there. Yeah. Well, let's hope we haven't peaked yet.
No. But yeah, we're on our way up. That's where
we're nosediving. We're nosediving next week, people.
This is it. That's it. 12 episodes and we're done. The bubble has burst.
It's over.
But so we're on SoundCloud now. And so every episode now from episode 12, since we came back after our hiatus, they're all on SoundCloud. It's linked to iTunes. I verified. So from now on, SoundCloud, no more Podomatic. I was having an issue trying to load the information to iTunes through Podomatic. For some reason, we got removed from iTunes, and I couldn't resubmit. There's a rule on iTunes. Once you submit a podcast, because you have to build an RS feed in order to submit a podcast. I don't know if you know how it works.
I know of RS feeds. I know nothing about creating them.
In order to, basically, iTunes is just a database. They don't help you create a podcast. You can't just go and load an audio file.
Okay.
You have to submit an RS feed so that you update the RS feed every week, and then it updates the iTunes.
Okay.
But once you submit in one RS feed, you can't resubmit that same feed. If it's pulled, it's pulled. You can't resubmit. So I couldn't resubmit through Podomatic. So I had to go through a different means. So I tried Podbean, which seemed to be popular, but then I discovered that SoundCloud, you can submit through a beta version. They only have a beta version of iTunes. I submitted, and within a few days they accepted me, and they gave me an RSS feed, and so I'm using SoundCloud from now on, and it gives us a little bit more visibility. There's a lot more users on SoundCloud.
Yeah, and like I noticed a lot of the bigger names and whatnot who are doing their own podcasts and whatnot. A lot of them put them on SoundCloud too. So if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us, right?
I think actually Fox, for some of their podcasts, they have a podcast called The Fighter and the Kid. It's Brendan Schaub, the MMA fighter.
Yeah.
And Brian Callen. Do you know the comedian Brian Callen?
Oh, yes. He used to be on Mad TV. And then he was in Office Space.
Office Space.
Or no, that's not the same guy. That's something Herman, I think. But I know who you're talking about, yeah.
He was in Hangover.
He was in The Hangover, yes. He was the guy in the restaurant where he didn't want pie and coffee for you, the Godfather is free there. That was that guy, right? He's serving...
that was in... not The Hangover. You're
I'm talking about Old School, sorry.
Old School. That's him.
Yes.
That's him.
And The
He was
Hangover,
over. He
yes.
was in the first one where he was the
wedding chapel.
That's right.
Yes.
He was in the second one where he was the guy that worked in the strip club in Thailand.
Yes.
And he was all not in the third one. But he, really funny guy. And him and Brendan Schaub have a podcast. It's called The Fighter and the Kid. And it's through Fox.
Yeah.
And they are on SoundCloud. They go through SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I think
They're
it's
good.
also linked.
Brendan Schaub is on? You haven't heard?
I've seen
Wonder what
Brendan
it's like.
Schaub on another podcast.
Yeah.
And he's a bit of a meathead.
Yeah.
He's definitely a meathead. But
That is not good.
yeah, so it definitely. I love those fucking sound bites. We can play just a podcast.
We're just going to do an hour and a half.
Next.
I'm like, how can I fit more onto my soundboard? I've got, let's see, 4 by... So I got 28 of them here. That's pretty good.
And to those watching right now in the beautiful video camera, I got a brand new fucking mic today, a Shure SM7B, which apparently in the industry is a really common mic. And so I'm testing it out. Thanks to our good friend Zafiro at Long and McQuaid for, supplying us for most of our equipment.
Yeah.
And so I went to see him this morning. I said, listen, you rent mics? He's like, yeah. I was like, I want to try this one out. So I'm trying it out, and if I like it, then it'll be purchased. It's a beautiful mic, and I know a lot of guys in the
Sleek and sexy.
in the podcast biz used his mic. So it's apparently the same mic that was used to record the Thriller album from Michael Jackson.
Really?
Recorded the whole album with this microphone.
Really? Well,
A lot. It's also used
it's one of the greatest albums of all time, right?
apparently.
Can't go wrong with that. And we got fancy stickers.
Dude, I almost forgot
We
about
got
that.
fucking fancy
I ordered
badass
stickers
now.
I ordered stickers through this company called stickeru.com. And if there's something I love about the internet, there's a lot of things I love about the internet. A lot of
Porn
things.
being one of them.
I
Free
did not
porn.
say that.
I did.
But I do tend to agree.
You thought it. You just didn't say it.
If there's one thing about the internet is you can do anything.
Uh-huh.
And I like stuff that is easy and idiot proof on the internet.
Yeah.
Because you'll go to, so I said, oh, listen, I've ordered business cards before through websites, which was pretty easy. You basically load up your logo, you adjust it, you that's it.
Back from your pimping days, right?
Back in the pimping days.
That's when you had cards.
So if you can see here, video, and I'll put it here. See on John's feed over here. Beautiful stickers.
Really
basically took our new logo. Went on this website, stickeru.com, and loaded it, and then chose the size of it. And then it said the smaller the sticker, the more per sheet, but it's $9.99 per sheet. So
Okay.
it doesn't matter how much you fit on it.
Okay.
It's $10 per sheet. It's less than $10 per sheet, I think. Anyway, I ordered 24 stickers. It was about $1 a sticker. The more you order, obviously, the more you get a better price. That's how everything works. But beautiful stickers. And I know that I'm going to cut those up and give them out. So once again, the Modern
We're going
Maverick.
to start flooding the city with our
Yeah,
faces.
I'm going to order some more. But the next one, I'm going to put the website on it and our Twitter our Twitter address.
Good idea.
So
This is like a bit of a teaser. Like it gets people thinking, what is that? But it's cool. I think it really catches the eye, especially in red.
Yeah.
Like that.
I ordered also, I didn't order it yet, but I found this fucking website that does, I basically Googled cheap banners. And a 3x6 banner, 3 foot by 6 feet banner for like under $25.
Really?
Yeah. Vinyl.
Sweet.
Like I'm like, I'll order a couple. I'll put one behind you, and then one behind me, maybe just hanging out here.
Tabernacle moving up, you sit là.
Cheers to that! Look at that.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And did you see also? I created a different kind of logo, the black and white one. Did you see
The
that
TMR one?
The
Not TMR.
TMP.
TMR.
TMP.
Yeah, we're in Mount Royal.
I wanted to. I'm working on pimping out my website right now, so I might use that. For now, I used it as the cover page on the Modern Maverick Facebook.
Yeah, I liked it. I was trying to figure out how to steal it from you.
I have it. I'll send it to you. I have it in JPEG. Yeah. I produced it on Photoshop and then I saved it in JPEG.
Yeah, I was trying to. It's not like in Facebook where, like on your banner on Twitter, you can't just like click it and save the picture. It wouldn't let me do it.
You can't do that with Facebook?
With Facebook, you can. With Twitter, it didn't. It seemed like I couldn't do it. Not for the banner, anyway.
Really?
The background, I don't know.
I
didn't try too hard though.
And we also got pimped out this week on a podcast.
Yeah,
on another podcast.
Yeah, we got some attention from an old friend of mine, an old online buddy.
Explain how this all went down, because you knew this guy. So.
Yeah, well, this is somebody who I've never actually met in person. This is you make online friendships over the years, right? Well, this one started with an online video game league, hockey league, before EA Sports and NHL and Madden had the built-in online leagues. Some people were doing it on their own, which is what the case we did back in the day. This is over 10 years ago. And we were playing NHL in an organized league where we had a message board and everything. And we did a fantasy draft. We picked our own teams. And then we competed against each other. People mostly in Canada, but people from a little bit all over the place.
Are we talking like fantasy?
No, this is online playing NHL, like NHL 04 or whatever it was back in the day.
Okay.
And so we built our schedule ourselves, and it was an honor system, as far as, not cheating and respecting a certain set of rules to make the games fun and not cheap, not glitching, not making use of, the glitches, the easy wraparound goals or whatever the case may be. We were very, very, very strict when it came to that stuff. So this is my buddy Brian Langell, and over the years, I noticed he was doing his own podcast on YouTube and whatnot. He was doing the Langell Show, and so he sent me a message last week saying, "Hey, I tuned into a couple of your podcasts, and I really like it. I'm really into what you guys are doing." And he wanted to kind of cross promote, so a shout out to Brian and his crew at 3-Player Co-op.
That's right.
If you're into video gaming, they are a pretty sweet-ass podcast, and they've been at it for a while. You can find them on iTunes. And these guys had me laughing last podcast, or three.
There's two girls and a girl.
One girl and two guys.
Yeah.
I think it's Brian's wife. Actually, I'm not certain. I think it's his wife who's with him, Susan, I believe.
Oh yeah.
And but
she did ask if we were hot.
She did.
Cute
she did.
Yeah. Are they hot or cute? Or
yeah. And then he pimped out your beard.
Pimped out my beard.
Of course. Yeah, that's the first thing you talk about.
Fuck.
So
it's the first thing everybody.
Yeah. Well, what do you want? You're an attention whore when you've got a beard like that. What can I say?
I get the double take now.
Yeah.
I was at the mall earlier walking around and I see this woman just go like where else? What else? Why else would she do a double take? Like I'm like, do I have something in my? Like, there's something hanging from the beard, So anyway, thanks to Brian and his crew at 3-Player Co-op. I heard their little. Where they mentioned us, and
he did. They did a little bit. Sound really good. He's got a real professional voice. You can tell he's been doing that for a while. And you listen to the podcast, very well done. They got a really, they run a tight ship. And I liked it. They had me laughing. And if you're into video games, all the better, because that's their focus. But I think like us, there's a little bit of shenanigans in there as well.
Yeah, obviously, you run a podcast. It cannot, even if it's like specific to one thing. You're sometimes for a few minutes at least, you're gonna talk maybe about something else. You're gonna get. But yeah, they sounded good. They have a lot of episodes. So like you said, they've been doing this for a long time, so they're used to it, and it's very tight and very well organized, and they sound really good. I only listened to a few, just for a short clip, the one that you sent me, and I downloaded their latest episode. And when I find time, which I don't have a lot of lately. I will definitely listen to their episodes. Even I'm not that much into gaming, but I mean, I'm always interested to hearing people that do podcasts and see
cool,
how they do it, what's their dynamic, and and it's supportive. I like to support. If they're going to support us, well, I'm definitely not going to say, "Hey, thanks for the support." Yeah. Have you listened to my podcast? Nah, fuck your podcast. Why would I listen to your podcast?
We just want your listeners.
Yeah.
But hopefully, it'll draw some new listeners and viewers. They like the fact that we do it on YouTube.
Yes,
they were impressed with the whole split screen thing, and they pointed out something that was funny, and I didn't think about it. But when my hand ends up going into your camera like this, and when we did, but it was funny. I was thinking about it, and then I was rewatching our last podcast that we put online, not the one that got thrown away.
Yeah.
And at one point we high-five each other. It's funny because both our hands kind of disappear. It's at the center of the split screen. It was pretty cool.
So none of the camera caught it?
It didn't catch the actual hands, but so basically we're wristing each other.
I do edit sometimes, like because we record, and so when I put it split screen, it definitely cuts out a bit of the recording. You know, I use iMovie. Obviously, a lot of people do. I have a Mac and stuff, and on my other Mac, I have a MacBook, but I have an iMac that I used to do all my editing on, and I used to use older version of GarageBand and iMovie, and I got used to those versions. And now when I bought my MacBook, they came with the new versions, which I fucking hate. I don't use the new version.
Yeah.
And the iMovie's the same way. It's like everything's different. I'm like, just go back to the old. I'm getting old when you're complaining about like.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes it's just ridiculous. Like those new. I've been using a Mac for years now, and the only time I use a Windows computer is when I'm at work. But it's older.
Same here.
It's an older Windows.
Yeah.
Have you seen a computer with this new Windows Live shit or whatever it's called?
Windows Live,
whatever the new one is, it's ridiculous. They want it to be with all these like widgets and shit.
Yes. My mom has one.
Fuck, man, what the hell is that?
Touch screen. She has a big fucking laptop.
Oh, that's great. That's brilliant. I don't understand it. Yeah, fingerprints all over my monitor. You know, I don't get that.
But it's like I get to her computer. She bought it last year, and then she's like, "Hey, I bought a new computer," and it's just like one big screen. I'm like, "Where's your tower?" It's like, "There's no tower. It's everything's built in." And then I look, and it's all like these like squares. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, it's like widgets. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was there for 30 minutes. I couldn't figure out how to. Every time I go on the internet, and I'm like, where did my window go?
Yeah.
How do I get back to the one before? I'm like, oh my God.
How do I get to my computer? Where's the hard drive? Where's the basic stuff that you're used to? Tools and settings. You know, where is that shit?
Do you think they're trying for you not to be able to access that information so that you just go, fuck it? I
think they're trying to make it look cool and hip, because how else are you going to compete with simplicity? And
but who invented simplicity? I think Apple.
Well, that's it. They've been trying to, I don't know, compete with that fact, because Windows has been. Well, I mean, it's simple because you get used to it. You've used it in school and whatnot. You're used to where everything is. But they just overcomplicated it just for the sake of making it look cool. Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
It's. Honestly,
influenced by cell phones, I guess. And
the minute I bought an iMac and I brought it home in 2010, I promised myself I would never use a Windows computer. Obviously, I use one at work, just like you.
Yeah.
But I could not see myself going.
I use it to type emails and enter.
I have everything Apple.
Enter information.
I have a phone. I have a MacBook. I have an iMac. I have an iPad. I have an iPod. I have an Apple TV. Name it, I have it. I think they're doing like an iWatch now, which is like
the
Pebble,
like the Samsung watch. They have one too.
There's also a thing called the Pebble. I think it's like just that all they do, where you can like send emails and stuff.
But I don't know.
Really into that.
No, I don't know how I'd be able to type an email on a little watch. I can barely get my fucking fingers to type on my phone sometimes.
It's all voice recognition.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. You can't like you stop talking. Yeah, I don't know. I've tried it. I've done it like in the car. You want to text message somebody, and it always fucks up my message. Like it stops it when I'm taking a breath of air between sentences. It's like, no, my text isn't over yet.
Oh, the voice.
When you try to do it,
I love it though.
Yeah.
I use it instead of texting and driving. I do use it, and now I realize that if you say question mark at the end, it actually adds a question mark.
Really? What if you want to write question mark though?
Ooh. I'm sure if we Google the difference, there's something online that can explain.
I just blew your mind.
Were you really just trying to I can't wait. Blew my mind.
I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, what am I going to say next? Let's set it up. Let's key up.
So last night I went, before I forget, I want to mention something. Last night I went to, you're stretching out this thing. Huh?
Oh yeah, it's a little bit of a short wire there.
Just give me here. There we go. I want to, my good buddies, as some of our listeners know, I train at Sherbatov MMA, which is, I'm into mixed martial arts, and I train at Sherbatov MMA, and one of my coaches and co-owner of Sherbatov MMA in Laval, Boris Sherbatov, which started his own MMA promotion called Fight for Pride Championship. And last night they held their inaugural event in Laval. And I attended, and it was at Complexe Guimont, right off the 440 here in Laval. And I was there, and I have to admit that I didn't really have any doubt, but that they put on a great show. They had 8 or 9 fights total, which is, I mean, the quality of the fight. There were a lot of 0-0 fighters, but still, man, there was a lot of good fights. And Boris and his brother Yanni, which is also one of my coaches, and a guy that obviously teaches at the gym, and I see every day.
Dude's a fucking animal, man.
The guy's a 125-pound guy, fighter, and we've been trying for years to get him a fight, and guys just don't want to fight him. He's had many amateur boxing fights. He's I think black belt, if I'm not mistaken, jiu-jitsu. If he's not black belt, he definitely is a black belt. All right, and he's won multiple wrestling competition. He's just an all-around beast. All right, no doubt that he's a future champion. There's no doubt in my mind. That guy is just a fucking beast. Okay, and last night they finally found him a guy.
Yeah.
And this guy, Gabe something, from Toronto, and came in last night. The guy was a legit fighter, a purple belt, a great grappler. He looked relaxed, came into the ring. The fight lasted about 15 seconds.
Wow.
Yanni just came in there and exploded with his boxing and just TKO'd the guy. The ref had to wrestle them apart because the guy was, it was... 2-3 of those, and that was it, you know?
That was the fight, folks. That was a recap.
I just want to say congrats to Fight for Pride promotion, and Boris did a great job. Boris and his team did a great job with the event, and I'm looking forward to more events because there needs to be more MMA promotion in the province of Quebec, and it needs to be done. Like when I say legitimately, I don't know if that's a word, but legitimately, it needs to be done the right way.
Yeah.
It needs to be done where the matchups are fair, and not just meant to boost one guy or many guys, like some of them do here in Quebec, where it's the promotion is ran by somebody that's in tight with the team. Obviously, Boris he owns Sherbatov MMA, but there's only one guy fighting from Sherbatov.
Yeah.
MMA,
There was only one from Sherbatov. Yanni was the only guy.
Yanni was the only guy. And the matchup was 100% fair for his first fight. They were both 0-0 with legitimate contenders. There was obviously a few guys that were a bit rough around the edges, but listen, it was a great night of fight. They started the show with these. I have a video actually on my phone. I show you that. You know those Japanese drums. You know the Sapporo commercial where they hit the drum? That was in the ring. They had a show. It went on for like close to 10 minutes. Just fucking banging the drum. And then at the intermission, the same thing. It was amazing. They started off the show like that. The show was well organized. I don't know how many people attended. I think there was about 2,000 tickets available. It was, I think, close to sold out.
Oh, that's a big center.
Yeah, it's an arena. It was on the ice. We were,
is it that's
Complex Guimard is where they held a lot of hockey schools.
Yes, I think I know which building you're talking about. It's next to the Harley Davidson place.
Yes, more on the west side of the 440. Yeah. So it was basically just a hockey ring. The ring was in the middle, and it was a great ambiance. It was a ring. It wasn't a cage. Yeah. So it was like, like Pride. If there's something it's a hate and love relationship when it comes to the ring. Yeah. I love the look, the ambiance, and the feeling, because it reminds me of Pride days, But I hate it when it comes to the actually fight, Most of the referees that I saw yesterday, most of my night was spent screaming at the referee because he was always out of place. If you're fighting in a ring, you're supposed to be, if they're against a rope, you're supposed to either create space or make sure that the ropes are tight. Yeah. And the referees were always in the middle of the ring when they were against the ring. You're supposed to be against. Yeah. I get you're trying to get a good spot to view the fight going on, but Christ, a lot of times people had their asses out of the ring. I mean, anyway.
Is the fighting in a ring going to be a long-term thing for them, or?
I don't know. I think there might be. in the future, if they obviously, I think they will keep going with their promotion. I think they did a great job with the show, and I hope they keep going. And for now, they're going to do it in the ring. I think it's easier for them to when they do it. They obviously have a cage in the gym, but I think setting up a ring is way easier than setting up a cage. So for his first event, like a cage, you almost have. I guess.
I always imagine the ring being complicated with tightening the ropes and everything. It always seemed like a big deal.
I think there's
turnbuckles. They have like wrestling turnbuckles, or it's like the big pad.
The big pads, yeah. It's a 5 rope.
I've always wanted.
It's a 4 rope system instead of a 3 rope system, like a boxing ring.
I've always wanted to wrestle in an actual ring.
Yeah,
Bounce somebody's head off the turnbuckle, jump off, and give a leg drop. Wrestling, pro wrestling. Yeah. You know, I've always wished. Like, I wish there was a place you could like rent a wrestling ring for 2 hours, but I'm sure.
Just go to a wrestling school for a week.
Yeah, I know buddies that actually wrestled in NCW, which is still going on here in Quebec.
I Googled the other day just to...
I have a buddy and his wife, they actually got retired into the NCW Hall of Fame. Shout out to Tony and Julie, yeah, from NCW. They're known as Flatface Jeremy was his name back in the day. I think that's what he stuck with.
Flatface Jeremy.
I'm not sure how. It's something to do. He had a Ron Jeremy porno gimmick kind of thing. And his wife, Julie, the Red... I always thought it was Red Fox, but apparently it's a Red Fox, Fuxx.
The Red Fox.
But she's, but it's they do it in French, so maybe it's the language thing, you know.
The Red Fox.
The Red Fox. But she can do moonsaults and Hurricane Ranas and all this shit. And now she's got 2 kids and everything. And they had a retirement ceremony for them not too long ago.
In my early 20s, when I lived in Moncton, in the summertime, this promotion used to come in and do shows once a week, and all the wrestlers used to train at the weightlifting gym that I used to go to.
Okay,
and I became friends with some of them, and one of them was from the area and was starting his own wrestling school. And I was this close to going. But the only thing missing was the money. It was a bit too expensive. It was like $1,500.
Oh damn!
But it was $1,500 for the whole. It wasn't like you pay $1,500 and he trains you, and at the end you can be part of the show. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I was a poor guy back then, so I didn't have the thing. But I was a huge wrestling fan.
Oh, I knew all the moves. I used to backyard wrestle with my brother, and once I joined some guys out in the freaking boondocks, and we wrestled like in this backyard wrestling federation that he had, and they would record the fights and stuff.
Wow.
I did that one, so it was pretty fun. I fought this big ass dude though, but it was cool. I could fly off the top and everything.
Do you have that on video?
I don't.
God
I don't know what
damn.
happened to it. I mean, I used to be a lot more flexible and whatnot, athletic in my younger days. Don't ask me to flip over anybody these days. It wouldn't happen. I'd break my neck.
Fuck, man.
But, yeah, it was fun. You know, I miss it. Miss it a little bit. You know, the days where you could, come home from school and act a fool wrestling with your brother.
Fuck.
Jumping off the ladder.
I never had any brothers. I was an only child, so I used to wrestle myself. Actually, I used to wrestle. I had these when I was younger, not like a younger teenager, but younger kid. I've been into professional wrestling basically, I think, since the age of 6.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a kid, I lived at my grandparents, and we didn't have a VCR. That was like, I'd say like before the 90s, late 80s, you know. I was huge into wrestling. I used to wake up in the Saturday, so was it Saturday morning wrestling?
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah. Maple Leaf Wrestling.
There was Maple Leaf Wrestling. There was
Saturday Main Event.
The Stampede Wrestling too.
You got Stampede Wrestling. That I never
caught once in a while, and like a Saturday afternoon, we caught Stampede Wrestling.
Oh yeah,
which was Stu Hart, right?
Stu Hart, yeah, that's where Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit and Owen Hart, Bret Hart, all those guys started there before.
That's right.
Made it big, yeah.
And so on the weekends, we didn't own a VCR back then. VCRs, there's no DVDs. It was VCRs, you know. We didn't own a VCR. They were expensive. They're like $600, and you know we didn't really need it. So you can go to the video store.
Pounds.
Yeah, the big ones. Remember the ones where you load on top, where the door
opens
on top.
Yeah,
and you put it in.
Yeah,
so
technology of the future.
On the weekends, on Friday nights after school, I would go to the video store, and you can rent the VCRs.
Okay.
For the weekend.
I don't
remember how much it was. My mom used to take care of that, obviously. So she would once in a while rent out a VCR, and I'd always rent. I'd rent like one movie, and then I'd rent like 3 or 4 wrestling tapes. Like I'd catch up on all the wrestling, all the pay-per-views, you know, because back then there was no Raw, there was no SmackDown, there was straight pay-per-view and Saturday morning wrestling.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right?
Which was your favorite guys fighting against jobbers.
That's right.
No idea
there
who
was
they
no
were.
like big main events at the end of Saturday.
No,
It was a
no.
bunch of jobbers versus your big guys, you know? So they would always win and you'd be...
It was like the Ultimate Warrior beating a Brooklyn Brawler in 10 seconds.
And Brooklyn Brawler would be back at the end of the show. And he's like, didn't I see you this morning? Because they were run out of jobbers. Like they'd have jobbers that just basically go with their real name. Like they didn't even have a stage name, you know?
Remember Iron Mike Sharp? Canadian wrestling legend / jobber. And there was Barry Horowitz too.
Yes,
These
I'm looking at a picture of him right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So I would rent and would watch all weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, and then you'd have to VCR for 2 days. You'd have to bring it back on Sunday or a Saturday or Sunday. I don't remember, but that's all I used to rent, and it was awesome because I'd catch up on all the pay-per-views and everything. I was a kid. I loved wrestling, and I had these big stuffed animals, like my size almost, and I would wrestle in my bed with those.
Yeah.
My bed was the ring, and I would wrestle. And I had a single bed too, and it was an old wooden bed that my grandma used to, and I used to break the lats underneath all the time. My bed would be like broken after a while. After fixing it 10 times, my grandparents were like, "Fuck it, we're not fixing anymore. So every time you fucking fix it, you break it next week." So I didn't have any brothers or sisters to wrestle with, so I used to wrestle with my stuffed animals.
Yeah.
That's pretty pathetic. I shouldn't have kept that to myself.
Well, my brother and I used to do that too sometimes, but when he'd get fed up of me beating on him, like, oh, let's tag team wrestle against the stuffed animals. But I've put my brother's head through a wall, through drywall. I smashed a boombox over his head. He almost broke my wrist.
Damn.
Well, yeah. But I mean, for the most part, we were pretty safe. But every once in a while, we'd get a little over aggressive.
You get into it, I think.
Yeah, he would
it's like-
snap though. He would snap the moment I came close to pulling his hair by accident. That would set him off. I'll never forget that. God forbid I grab him by the head and pull his hair slightly. Oh, he would snap. It would make things interesting. Match would get a little hardcore for a little bit.
Hardcore, yeah.
But yeah, our friends would watch us like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like we used to take out the chairs and like we would have these. We had sheets of sheetrock, Gyprock, and we'd set them up in the corners and we'd like suplex each other through them.
Jesus.
And we used to bring the ladder out in the backyard and go up to the top, and I'd suplex them off the top of the ladder into the pool. And we used to. What was also fun, we used to take those big double or queen size blow up mattresses that you could put in the pool, and then it would be like a Royal Rumble on the mattress. You try to keep your balance and throw the other guy off. Memories.
We used to play King of the Mountain in the wintertime. Did you ever play that?
Yeah, and they banned it from school after a kid broke his leg and arm playing it. He got dropped and somebody fell on him and left side broke. I think it was his left side. And they said, no more King of the Mountain for you guys. Now, kids mustn't be able to do anything these days.
That's what I was about to say. I can imagine that the school grounds now where kids just stand around. You know what we used to do?
Like dodgeball and murder and those games? You can't play that
I was
anymore.
about to say, when I was in junior high, not junior high, but when I was in elementary school, we go out during lunch hour and we play dodgeball every day. It was everybody played dodgeball.
Or murder or suicide, where you'd whip the tennis ball at the guy when he had to run for the wall. You never played that one?
No.
Oh, that was a fun game. You'd have to throw the ball off the wall, and if you dropped it, you'd have to run and touch the wall, and somebody else would have to take the ball, and if they nailed you with the tennis ball before you touched the wall, you were eliminated.
Wow.
That was
I
fun.
did not
There
play
was
any of
murder
that.
and suicide. I can't remember exactly what the rules. The
We
differences
played
were.
dodgeball. I mean, crazy. It get so intense. It was always like I was a pretty good dodgeball player. I was probably a top 5 in my group, So it was always, but the other top guys, it was always like bad guys. We hated each other.
Really?
I never played. Yeah, you know what I mean. It was like
It was a rivalry for real.
Fuck, like we get in fights all the time. I was a pussy back then. I would always pussy out. And people ask me like, "Oh, dude, you doing mixed martial art? You've been in."
He's got magnificent Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. Oh, here's another golden one here from Goldberg.
Ultimate defining championship.
Goldberg.
Oh man, you ever look up on YouTube his bloopers? Oh, he's got so many. It's great. He's funny.
You fucking. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, people ask me, "It's like, hey, you do martial arts and stuff. You've been doing that your whole life?" I'm like, "No, dude. I started when I was like 25." I used to be a pussy when I was a kid.
Really?
I didn't do any martial arts.
Were you a chubby kid or skinny kid?
I was in between.
In between.
Yeah, I wasn't really skinny or chubby. I wasn't fat. I must have been. I was a lot of people. I never really fought, and if I did, I got my ass whooped. I was a bit of a pushover when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Growing up as a single kid, I just spent a lot of time in here, in my head. You know, with a big imagination. I had cousins and stuff and friends. Obviously, I'm not saying I was a loner. I had a lot of friends.
Yeah,
but it's I never really stood up for myself, and I think now it'd be like totally different. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. If there's one thing I can teach my son, I don't give a fuck what people think. I tell my son all the time, if you're at school, because he's starting kindergarten next year, so like big boy school basically.
Yeah.
I said, listen, somebody pushes you, touches you, puts your hands on you, anything. You tell them once, stop it. Don't do anything. Don't retaliate.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody if you warn them and they keep going, dude, go apeshit. I tell him, I said, I won't get mad at you if you're defending yourself. I don't care what the teachers say. I heard horror stories about bullies. A lot of times bullies, the teachers in schools can't do anything because they're like basically protected. Like they're too afraid to do anything.
It can be a tricky situation.
I'm fearing my son being in school. Yeah. Not because I think he's going to be a bully, just because of I saw a great little cartoonish thing on the Facebook the other day, which explains it very well when it comes to teaching. It was like back in the day, it was like when you get bad grades, the parents would get mad at the kid. Yeah. But now, when they get bad grade, they get mad at the teachers. Yeah. It's like, it's just like, it's this
whole
fuck, man.
Well, I mean, you look at this generation, like we're lucky because this whole YouTube and whatnot, this age of self-importance where people are twittering and thank you tweeting, they're tweeting every single moment of their life. They're promoting themselves nonstop. It's all about them. They've been raised that way to a certain extent, or they've been influenced by this age now where you can become famous, like
you can make yourself famous so easy.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in school and you're somewhat popular. If you start using social media to your advantage, dude.
So, and they grow up way too fast that way too. They're exposed to everything way too early.
Yeah, I guarantee, I totally agree. And this brings me to my rant of the week. All right. You know how we went and had a rant of the week? I've ranted about this before, but I want to kind of segue into this fucking thing that I discovered in the last few weeks, and I'm like, okay. So if for some of our listeners, I've ranted before, and if you haven't listened to the podcast before, I've ranted about how the music nowadays is just horrible. I've loved music all my life. You're even more than me. You're a DJ, and you're way into music.
Oh yeah, music's my life. Yeah,
but man. I'm a big rap fan, been for most of my music life. And when I say music life, I'm talking about from the moment I started buying records and being into music, which was honestly a late in my life. I didn't start listening to music till I was I listened obviously when I was a kid, but like real music, maybe when I was like 11 or 12, you know? So, and it's always been rap, Wu-Tang, Biggie, Tupac. Tupac is probably my all-time favorite. Biggie, Wu-Tang. I was into Nirvana for a while. I listened to a lot of Metallica, a lot of good Guns N' Roses, all that stuff, okay? But nowadays, it's like, I don't have any music on my fucking phone because the fucking albums are garbage. You get the rare ones like the Kendrick Lamar, which is, lyrically amazing and stuff like this, but god damn, the shit that you hear on the radio music, the stuff that doesn't swear, the stuff that's dude. And so this song, which I don't know if you've heard, it's called I'll just play it. I don't care if we get pulled out of YouTube, but because this is on YouTube, so I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'm gonna play this song. And this song, we're gonna take a few minutes. We're gonna listen to the song without talking. Okay. And I don't know if you've heard it, but this explains exactly the type of music, and this is like big time. This song right now, it's fucking like okay.
I can't wait to hear what you're gonna play.
Right, so I'm gonna play this song, and this basically it validates my rant that the fucking thing that we can make a song right now after the podcast. I think we should sit down, write a song, and get a fucking somebody to put a beat to the song. And it could be the dumbest fucking thing.
No, I can do that.
And I can guarantee you would be in top of the charts by next month.
Yeah.
Because if this could be a top...
We need to be able to sing, though.
No.
Okay, we don't need to do that either.
No. You just auto-tune that shit, bro.
Yeah, of course, auto-tune.
If this could be a top charter, we can be fucking Grammy winners, all right?
All right.
So here, let's hope there's no... if there's a... There's definitely.
I'll probably be an ad before.
I'll wait. I muted it.
You muted it. What is it? Speaking of, a quick rant. What's with every freaking video on YouTube these days having a freaking commercial before?
It depends on the viewers.
Yeah,
if you have so many views,
but sometimes it's just nonstop, or it cuts you off in the middle of your video.
Oh, I've had that before.
That drives me nuts. Like, dude, I started watching the video YouTube. I can deal with your commercial before.
All right, here we go.
Oh, it's not playing through the headphone.
It's not?
Oh, you had to change your settings, probably the built-in settings of the computer, maybe for the output, to put it through your output in the USB.
On YouTube?
Yeah, it's in your setting. Yeah, you got to go into your general sound settings, I think, in your system preferences or whatever it's called.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. Did anybody hear that? Did you hear the song?
I couldn't make it out. I heard some girl talking about something.
Okay. Built in. So internal speakers, is that what I would go into?
You want to use
output?
a USB, yeah. You want to change your output to USB.
Here we go. Would it work now? Okay, here we go, all right? I don't care if we get pulled. I hope we don't get pulled.
We'll just play a short amount.
This video, by the way, has 125 million views on YouTube.
25 million. Okay.
Should we play it?
Play a short bit, Like I say, I think if you keep it under 20 seconds, you'll be okay.
Never heard it? You've never heard this?
No.
125 million views.
Who is this? Wow.
So basically,
Oh boy.
this is a song about taking a selfie.
But is it a critique on modern society? There could be some irony in that, and I can appreciate that if that's the case. It's like Frank Zappa's Valley Girl. You ever hear that one? Valley Girl. And his actual daughter is just basically sounds pretty much like that. Sounds like this typical blonde Californian. It's like, so let's do this and blah blah blah. And then
so you think that this is meant?
Maybe it's that. It's 2014's Valley Girl.
I'm just saying that there's a whole 3 minutes and 43 seconds of a song that's about taking selfies, and there's not even any fucking singing. It's them talking in front of a bathroom mirror.
Yeah.
Talking like, oh, I just fucking posted a picture on Instagram. Oh, I just got like 800 likes and blah, blah, blah. And oh, I just got a text from this guy. I guess I posted a good selfie. You think I should go home with him? And then
It's a critique, man. That's done on purpose.
Maybe it is.
Who's the artist?
The Chainsmokers.
The Chainsmokers. Yes. They are actually pretty well known. And I think that's kind of a joke song, I think it's all about the beat, and I think it's more of a critique more than anything.
The Chainsmokers are an American New York City-based disc jockey, produced, songwriter duo consisting.
I think they're pretty good, actually. I think I've seen their name pop up at some festivals and stuff. I think they're the real deal. I think that's more of a joke song. I think.
Okay, so if it really is you mean like satire type
it's a
thing.
bit of a it's a satire. I think it's a critique on this generation and exactly what we're talking about, the self-importance of taking a million selfies and taking a picture of my lunch, dinner, and breakfast and
then
I
I
did
can
this
appreciate
today.
the song.
So I think that's what that is. I think, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that are listening to it, however, that don't get that.
Oh my God, this is my jam.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my jam.
And that's probably the problem, is that probably half of those views at 125 million, if not more, are people who actually like it because they're into that type of thing, and they don't get the joke.
My rant is about those fucking people that like
Exactly.
the song.
So there you go.
Because, oh my God, that's my jam.
Like the joke's on you, people.
And while they're singing it, they take 18 selfies and they post it on Instagram.
Pop a couple mollies, take a couple selfies. Dancing in the club. Dancing in the club.
I'm going to take a selfie right now and I'll post it on Instagram just to prove my point.
I was at P and Jazzy's yesterday, two of our close friends, and she's always taking pictures of her meals. And
Are you serious?
So I blasted her because P is one of our bigger followers on for our podcast, right? And so she was mentioning, she's like, I listen to your podcast. I'm like, do you? Because if you listen to the last one, you know that one of my biggest pet peeves is people who take pictures of their dinner. So stop doing it. She's like, nah. I'm like, unless you're a food critic. She's like, well, I do have a website that critiques food. I'm like, and P's like, whatever. When's the last time you posted something on your website? So,
she does have a website?
Yeah, well, her and a couple of friends, they're doing, they review restaurants and stuff like that. And I think it's more aimed towards women, so I don't think it really reaches the demographic we're aiming for with this podcast.
I'm sorry.
I'd love to promote it. I can't remember what it's called. I'll ask next time, though. We'll give Jazzy a plug. You know, it seems
It's
like
Jazzy? But I know, are you talking about Jazzy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jasmine.
shit. I thought you were talking. Okay, yeah. I have her on Instagram.
Yeah.
And she posts a lot of pictures of her meals. But
Yeah.
I never
but
knew
I
she had
told
a
her.
blog.
Yeah, she's got a blog too, and that was her excuse. But other than just being, she's a food lover. She's a great cook, so I can appreciate more the fact that you took a picture of something that you cooked yourself. That
I have a problem with.
The ones who take pictures of their meals in the restaurants, though. How stupid and crazy do you look, people? Oh, here's my meal. Let me take out my camera. Like, if somebody did that next to me, I'd look at them like they were from another fucking planet.
How about the ones the other day I was at Starbucks, I was putting milk and sugar in my coffee, and the girl next door this is what she's doing. She's like putting her coffee on the thing, and she's like taking pictures and then Instagramming right away. Instagram right on the thing. And I'm right next to her. I'm going, fuck.
Double to start my day. Winky emoticon, LOL.
The only time I posted a picture of my Starbucks was the other day. I went to Starbucks here in Coldville too. Did you see that one? And they ask you your name.
Uh-huh.
And I went, you know what? I'm going to fuck with them. I had this plan a long time ago. I said, the next time they ask for my name at Starbucks, I'm just going to give them a fucking random name. And I went with Tiberius. I'm like, what's your name? This is his face. He's holding the cup right here like this. And he's looking at the cup about to rise. He's like, your name? I'm like, Tiberius. He looks at me. What? Tiberius.
What are you, a character in Game of Thrones?
Then he's like, not writing. I'm like, Tiberius. All right. Then he puts it there, and then he's like, all right, good. And then I'm at the other end of the counter, and the girl's like, a latte for Tiberius. Oh, okay, here. Thank you. And then I go home, and then the next time I went, I'm like, it wasn't the same guy. It was at the same thing, and I'm like, all right, please ask me. Because I had a different name. Because I was going to go with Tiberius. You know what Tiberius comes from, right?
I'm trying to remember.
Tiberius is a Roman emperor.
Yeah, I know it's like an old school name, but there's something more recent.
It's James T. Kirk.
Ah, there it is. Yes, there it
T
is.
for Tiberius.
I know. There's something in modern pop culture that's associated with. Yes, and there you go.
I just love that name. So the next time I was going to go to Starbucks, I was going to say, what's your name? I was going to say Maximus. Because I was going to keep going with the Roman emperor. Because Maximus.
I'm going to use, I don't go to Starbucks, but if I did, I'd use a different Game of Thrones character name every time.
That would be good.
I'm Tyrion Lannister.
The
Lannister.
Tyrion. How do you write? Just let me Google that for a
Hold
sec.
on,
Hold on. Let me Google that shit for a sec. But yeah, so I went. That was funny. But yeah,
I like that McDonald's coffee. I like since they changed it there, especially it's But mind you, I'm the type of guy who goes to Ultramar every morning and has a muffin and a fucking coffee from the gas station for $2.85.
Every morning at work, I have
My favorite muffins are from Ultramar. Can you explain that to me? I don't know. I love their blueberry muffins.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
Maybe they make a good blueberry muffin. Maybe
pretty
that's
good.
their thing.
They're made there.
I'm
In the gas station.
I am a coffee nut. I drink coffee. I buy. I research what's the best coffee. I'm a really
I could drink mud. Like it doesn't matter. Like,
but every morning I'm cheap as a motherfucker. So
Uh-huh.
every morning I drink the free coffee at work from the machine.
you guys get free coffee at least. Well, that's good.
Yeah,
I do that too.
But I drink. Here's my day. I get to work. I get to work, set up, and then I go get a coffee from the free coffee machine. It's a pretty good coffee machine though. I have to admit, there's a lot. We're about 1,000 now people working in our place.
Oh damn!
So the coffee machine is always out of. There's always maintenance because it's used like a lot. Okay.
Is there just one coffee machine for 1,000 employees?
Yeah. So when we had a regular Van Hoot machine, yeah. Well, we have
Not enough coffee.
There's one on each. Sorry, there's one on each. There's one cafeteria on one level, but on each floor because we're on multiple floors.
You got
they
like
have a
your own
coffee
little
machine.
kitchen
Yeah.
with a couple vending machines.
No, it's just in the corner.
Oh, just
right?
a corner. Okay.
And on one of the floor, actually, they have like an espresso machine, but it's not really an real espresso machine. It's like a push button.
Oh yeah. I've seen
And
those.
you put your caps in, and it goes. Zzz. It's a bit better. But anyway, the machine in the kitchen is used all the time. So much that we had a regular Van Hoot machine that you see like in the Ultramars and stuff. You know, like you just push buttons and stuff. That every week the guy would come and fix it because they'd use it so much that it would fucking break. So they got us like this more hardcore machine, you know. So I drink that coffee, but that's my routine. I get to work, I drink one coffee, and then around 3:30 to 4 o'clock, right before I leave work, I go for another coffee. And I'll pimp out this place. I don't know if people know if you live in the Montreal area and you're downtown. In PVM, there's an underground corridor between PVM and I think it's
PVM Placeville Marie.
Placeville Marie. Yeah, sorry, Placeville
The
Marie.
lingo.
Placeville Marie, and you know where the Eaton Center.
Yeah.
Right. There's a little corridor that connects underground, basically, and there's a espresso bar. It's called espresso bar, a tunnel espresso bar.
Okay.
There's no place to sit. It's basically a little place, and there's just a bar, and the guy makes coffee with it's real coffee, real espresso machine. They make amazing coffees. Fucking, I go there every afternoon now for like the past couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah. Real good espressos, real good. Yeah, they're really, really good. They use for their espressos, they use a blend called Yirgacheffe, which is from Ethiopia, which is the
Ethiopian coffee beans.
Ethiopia is where coffee originates from.
Really?
Yeah, that's where the first coffee plant grew is Ethiopia.
First coffee bean.
So if you go to a real roaster, like real good roaster, and they have a roaster blend called Ethiopia Yirgacheffe, which don't ask me how to spell that. It starts with a Y and there's a J and there's an E and an F and an EE.
Fill in the blanks, folks.
Yirgacheffe.
It's like Wheel of Fortune.
that coffee is amazing. It honestly, a lot of people they say it tastes like tea. It's almost like a tea. Really? It's really like sweet. Anyway, if you drink it as an espresso, short espresso, it's amazing.
I like they finally introduced it here in Canada not too long ago, or at least in Quebec, is that Cuban coffee, Cubanito.
They have that here?
They have it in Farmer Priest, I found it.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty cheap, too. And, I remember having it in Cuba. I tried a couple of coffees, actually. There was another one that was really good, too. That was supposed to be the better one, but the Cubanito I liked. And then, I found it here in Farmer Priest, of all places, has them.
Really?
And the Italian ones, Lavazza.
Lavazza, yeah.
I
had
that
Lavazza.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's
my usual coffee. That's what I go with.
I
make coffee with espresso coffee usually. Like I'll make full coffees, but with I don't know the difference, to be honest. I like my coffee strong.
Well, it's just a roast. The bean is the same. They just roast it differently for the thing.
I don't
it
know.
comes from different places.
I drink them black anyway, so I figure I might as well. I don't dress up my coffee with milk and sugar and all that crap. Give it to me black.
In the morning when I get to work from the machine, I
like
drink
my coffee
black.
like I like my wrappers.
Black?
Black.
As long as you don't say you're a woman. No, I'm just kidding. Because that's a joke all the time. It's like, I like my coffee like I like my women, strong and black. You know?
Shut up!
Shut up! Yo, what the fuck? I'm reading my notes. Sorry. Sometimes I jump from one thing to another. Sorry, I'm done with my rant. So
Okay.
I'm-
Wait, hold on. I have transition music first too.
This guy. Thank
To the Batmobile.
Thank God I have J-Flynn, because if I did this podcast by myself, I'd be done by now, because people would be like, "Ah, damn, this is boring." All the sound effects and so. By the way, can we talk about what you sent me an email about? That fucking guy, that promotion.
Oh, John. Yeah. Well, we
What
can
the
definitely.
fuck, man?
Well, I'm hoping. Well, listen. I mean,
Is this it's not a done deal, obviously, but
I mean, he basically said, sure, send me over, said if you want to send some stickers, we'll give away stickers. I mean, when you told me they were a buck a piece, though, it's like you maybe don't want to.
I'll give them away. I don't give a fuck. I'll give them
But
away.
yeah, well, my buddy John Venditti, he's a close friend of mine. He helps run Big Tooth Promotions, and Big Tooth Promotions has gotten big in Montreal. Look them up, folks. If you're into electronic music, especially dubstep, these guys are now the promoters as far as hooking you up at the best shows.
Did you say Big Tooth?
Big Tooth. You can find them
on
Facebook, definitely. You can definitely find them on SoundCloud. They probably have a lot of different mixes and whatnot. But these guys are the promoters as far as bringing in artists.
Oh my God.
From the electro scene.
He has 50 and 100 likes on YouTube, on Facebook.
These guys have gotten huge. He started with his own thing back in the day. It was Super Jerk, and then he ended up joining forces with Pat and some other dudes. And they've made Big Tooth Productions is something big now. I mean, they're bringing in names that Evenco would typically bring in. I mean, I'm gonna go see Noisia with him in a couple of weeks. I don't know if you know.
So what does
big
Big
electronic
Tooth
artists
do? They do
They
music.
promote-
They create music, or they
Well, no,
promote?
they have their artists. They have artists that Big Tooth Promotions is their promoters. They put on the shows. They pay the artists. They fly them in. They book them in hotels. They book the shows. They rent out the venues.
And this is your friend.
This is a close buddy of mine. This is the buddy who took me to see Action Bronson for free. He's the buddy I went to see Ghostface Killer with. Like, he's got hookups galore. And
Wow.
they've really moved up. I mean, I'm super proud of this guy. Like, and he DJs himself as well. But I mean, he's got a full-time job. He's a part owner at Harvey's back out in St. Eustache. Plus, he's doing this like I don't know how many nights a week now. They've
Are
got
you
shows all the
serious?
time, whether it's just a local club night or it's bringing in a big artist. Like I went to see Nero, who's a big name. I mean, if you know electronic music,
Yeah, Nero. Yeah, of course.
and every year now for the last few years, they've been doing the Valhalla Sound Circus, which is this huge ass electronic festival out in the rural Quebec. It's a couple of hours away from here. And you can check it out online. Just Google Valhalla Sound Circus. These guys got big. It's a 3-day music
Wow.
festival where
I've
it's
heard about that
all
before.
out. They go all out, and it's unbelievable. This gotten bigger and bigger. And this year they've got some big artists coming their way once again. And hopefully, they're going to help spread the word,
Are you
spread the
serious?
love. Get the modern Maverick, flowing in their circles of their social circle that they've got going, and they've got lots of fans, as you can see. 50?
Wow, 5,800 people.
5,800 people on
Almost
Facebook.
57 over.
A lot of people.
6,700
So he's going to help us out. Help pimp us out a bit, and we're more than happy to promote them as well.
I'm gonna like this right now because I'll fucking forget about Big Tooth.
So Big Tooth Productions, man. If you're in even not just
Wow.
Montreal, I mean, this is Quebec and Eastern Canada practically at this point. These guys are getting bigger and bigger. And like I
So
said,
what
they're
do
bringing
we-
in artists that the big name Evenco, who does the Bell Center shows. I mean, they're starting to take over, and they really
And this
taking
guy, if
hold.
we give him like shit, he can pimp us out for sure.
Oh yeah, you should give us stickers. I'm glad to give stickers away. If you want to send information, like I said, just a post from him on Facebook is worth, how much? I mean, Christ, how many people are going to read that post? So it's great.
Dude,
And-
let's do it. I don't
And
know what do we
he's a
need to
great
do.
friend of mine. I've never mixed in like business
Yeah, yeah.
or whatnot, but I mean, I figure for this, why not? Scratch our
Look,
back.
if
we'll
he wants
scratch
to
yours.
post on his 5,800, thing, get him to do that, man. Dude,
So
we're always looking for followers.
So that's it. So we'll start right away pimping them out.
Fuck
Check out
that.
Big Tooth Productions.
You know what? Fuck that. We need to get we need to get some guests around here. We need to fucking get somebody big. Now that
It's fun, actually. Speaking of somebody big, whenever I go to a show or something with him, it's hilarious because I feel like I'm hanging out with a local celebrity at this point because everybody fucking knows the guy.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I go to a show with him and we get stopped by every other person. Like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? And it's always funny because we're both John, so it's like, hey, this is my friend. What's your name? John. He's like, oh, that's easy.
John and John.
John and John.
J.
But yeah, no, we've been good friends for a long time. He's always been good to me. He's hooked me up with my first DJ gigs at bars and clubs. and doing parties and stuff. He was the first one to give me a shot at it. Actually making some money DJing.
Wow.
So yeah, man.
Well, that's amazing.
I'm more than happy to help him out. If even if we bring some 2, 3, 4, or 5 new people, where the word spreads.
It's as much as people like to think that it's easy to market yourself on the internet, because it's everything. A lot of those things are free. It's free to do. And listen, I've hired nobody to do anything. I did the website myself. I've done the stickers obviously by myself. I bought all the equipment by myself. All the production is done. Production. I love using that. I can actually use production, but production. All the editing I do. Everything is done. I don't hire anybody.
Nope.
I figure everything out on myself.
You pay me with whiskey and beer.
That's right. And then, but that's the great thing about it. But it's definitely hard to get listeners and viewers, because not everybody has time to sit down. But once you start putting out there that, listen, you fucking download it, you listen to it on your way to work, you listen to half of it on the way to work, half of it on the way back to work, or when you're at work hating your life, you fucking put it on and we make your life better.
Amen.
After that, that's
our
what
mission.
I do. That's what I fucking do.
That's what we're here for.
Because we all know, listen, 90% of people that work out there, if you work in a cubicle like I do, shit's not always rose and petals. It's not always fun, and you gotta sometimes motivate those fucking neurons up there. You gotta go, I can't always be pushing buttons and signing papers and shit. Dude, you gotta listen to a few fools like me and you fucking spitting on the mic, getting ready and saying shenanigans and shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
When we say the things that you're thinking but can't always say.
Dude, I saw.
Is that what we do?
Well, you know what? If I can
Why
put
not?
shit in your head that it's gonna, I'm not trying to motivate. I'm not trying to tell you. Listen, it's podcasting. I believe is the future of getting information out there. Listen, everybody's always asking oh, is there a goal into this? And I'm like, yeah, there is a goal. I'm like, if I had the money, if I won the lottery tomorrow, I would still do this. I enjoy sitting here on Saturdays with you and talking. If I had guests, I'd enjoy sitting with my guests and shooting the shit. Sure. If I had money, my goal, and I think I've talked to this about you, I've definitely talked about a few people. I would love. Why is there a pubic hair on my fucking desk right now?
Arm hairs.
Sorry, it's my beard.
Or your beard. Yeah. Seriously, man. It's starting to blend with... I was thinking, I shaved my head this morning, as I usually do every week. And I was like, damn, I could use some of that beard hair on top of my head right now. It's just fucking...
If I ever decide to shave my beard...
Donate it to my head. Because it's just getting balder and balder up here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Ugh. 30s.
I'm lucky about that. I have a lot of hair.
Shit. It's my favorite. You watch The Wire? You ever watch The Wire? This is from The Wire.
Is it from The Wire?
You got to watch The Wire. You have to watch The Wire. Great.
Apparently, it's a good show. I've heard it's a good show.
It's the best ever.
Yeah. So, what about that fucking? I saw a creepy video this week.
Oh, did you?
It creeped me the fuck out. If you watch the video, you'd be creeped out too. It's about that mass killer that killed a shitload of people in California.
Yeah.
Did you watch the news story? I didn't watch the video. He posted on YouTube.
No, I heard that he had posted something.
Dude, he posted a video that he recorded in his car.
Yeah,
like 6-minute video.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. He basically says he's gonna kill a shitload of people on that video. He says, "This is my last video.
Okay,
this is my last video I'll be posting." Dude, it is creepy. His name is. I don't want to say his name. I don't want to. He's a fuck. But anyway, if you've been following the news lately, you'll know that this guy went on a killing rampage. Yeah. And basically the reason why he killed all these people is because he never fucking got laid.
Are you serious? Oh, yes.
Got laid.
I saw the news articles, the kissless virgin.
That's it.
Cheese and crackers.
Dude, that guy never got laid, so he blamed all the women for choosing jocks or brutes and people with Dude. And I'm not saying the guy was ugly. If you look at the guy is not a horrible looking guy. And from what I hear, maybe I'm wrong, but I think he was from a wealthy family.
Really? He probably just had no social skills, had a lot of issues, obviously.
God
insecure.
Damn, man. You didn't get laid, now you're going to shoot up a bunch of people?
Fuck, man.
So, girls, if you're out there...
Is that really the stupidest reason, though? I mean, God knows. There's never a fucking smart reason to go out on a shooting rampage. There's rarely any logic. I mean, it's an issue of people with mental issues that aren't being addressed
Oh my God! The guy basically went out there, killed. I don't even know how many people he killed. 6, 7 people.
Yeah.
And then killed himself. I think at the end, he's definitely dead. He's dead.
A bunch of people got shot up in Myrtle Beach too. Eh? There was a shooting out on Myrtle Beach. That was my vacation spot with the family when we were kids.
My girlfriend used to go there too.
We used to go there every summer for a while.
Yeah, I didn't ever go there.
It's the first time I saw Myrtle Beach in the news, and some shooting spree on Ocean Boulevard.
That was bullshit!
Yep.
Yeah, man. That's pretty sad anyway. So that was in the news this week. Fucking guy shooting up. What else was in the news? That fucking baby that got kidnapped here in Trois-Rivières.
Yeah. Power of social media. For all the...
That's why I wanted to mention it, because for the first time, or not for the first time, but for once, Facebook was actually used to fucking catch a woman that kidnapped a baby. Within 24 hours, the baby was back.
Within 3 hours, I think it was.
3 hours.
It really was absolutely quick. I mean, this woman wasn't brilliant either. I mean, she
did an overdose right after, I think, and she was in a coma for like almost 24 hours after.
Yeah, they've got her under a psych evaluation now.
She was crazy before. You want more?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's definitely suffering.
You got ice in there? It's pretty melted, no?
It's a little melted. Yeah, I got one
Sorry.
cube here. That's all right. But I mean, they caught her on security footage. She left driving a red Yaris with a baby on board sticker in the back. And
are you serious?
Didn't even make an effort to take the sticker off or hide the car or anything. She just straight up parked it in her driveway, went home.
I think 2 girls and a guy, or 2 guys and a girl. They saw a picture.
And sisters and the boyfriends or friends, whatever. They saw it and they recognized the picture as one of their former neighbor.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they decided, let's go drive around and let's go find her car. I guess they used to live next door to where the woman still lives. If they found the car, or this isn't Three Rivers, which isn't a huge city either. But they basically said, let's do something productive with our Tuesday night or whatever night of the week it was.
Yeah.
And they drove by the house. They saw the freaking red car with the baby on board sticker.
Oh
they saw the
God.
lights on were in the house. They called the cops and they showed up right away. And boom, yeah.
She was obviously messed up, I think.
She's another, again, I mean, when people do things like this, you've got to say there's more to it. It's not just doing something crazy for the sake of doing something crazy. There's a bigger problem there. But
she kidnapped the baby.
She kidnapped the baby. So she's probably infertile or whatever the case may be. She can.
She was young. She looked young from the picture.
She didn't look that old, yeah. I was kind of to put a comedic spin on this, since it ended with a happy ending, so we can. They were talking about, as this happened, not long afterwards, already on CTV News, they had an article regarding the signs or the similar symptoms or appearances or whatever the case may be of women who tend to kidnap newborn babies, and they put the age demographic was between 14 and 50. It's like, really? Like, way to narrow it down, CTV. Typically between 14 and 50 years old, women who cannot reproduce. Okay, yeah, but between 14 and 50, really?
It's like saying that,
sometimes it's just like you see stuff in the news, like, really? Did you just wrote this for the sake of writing something? You're just filling space on the page.
The suspect was between 5'2" and 6'8".
Yeah. White or black, we're not sure.
Yeah. With ears and a nose and hair.
Pretty sure they had 2 eyes.
Yeah, and he had...
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got enough information. We'll draw up something and then show pictures and stuff. It's like, hey, have you seen this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, the guy with the nose and the ears and the hair. Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
I used to know a guy with the ears.
Yeah. Fucking guy. This brings me to this here. Let's listen to this video over here. You tell me if you recognize this. I don't know if you saw this week, but let's listen up here. Right here. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yes.
Right here. Just say.
Just a bit.
That is not good.
So did you see 50 Cent's first pitch at a Mets game?
Is he really right-handed and maybe he broke his wrist? Like, why?
Why is he throwing left-handed? He's throwing lefty.
He's a lefty, I guess, but goddamn, how do
even
you...
Even the pitcher got,
how do you not know how to throw a baseball?
Dude.
He was like 10 feet wide of the plate.
No, it wasn't even 10. It was more like
It was
25
more,
feet.
whatever it was ridiculous.
Dude.
Like, it totally went left.
I like what the guy says right here.
That was nice of him.
Remember Major League?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just a bit outside.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Ricky Vaughn.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. I don't care how many times he got shot and survived. 50 Cent has no more street cred after throwing the ball 25 feet left of the fucking plate. Oh,
right
dude,
here.
man. There we go. Just. Oh, I love Bob Uecker in that movie. He's absolutely hilarious.
You know, I watched Major League when I was young, probably half a dozen times, if not more.
Yeah,
Like
at
when I was a
least.
kid,
Yeah.
it was one of my favorite comedies.
that
I
and
just
Slapshot, my two favorites. Yeah.
See, I watched Slapshot a few times, but I mostly watched Major League. And I don't, for some reason, it was.
I watched it
one
a
of
couple of
those
weeks ago
movies.
on Netflix, actually. I was bored. I was looking for something. I'm like, I haven't watched Major League in a year. Let's put it on.
I didn't even know it was on Netflix. Now that I know
Yeah,
Netflix,
it's on
I'll
Netflix.
check it out.
And you recognize, you remember, Serrano, the Cuban,
Yeah.
the voodoo dude? You know who he is?
No,
He's the one who played the president on 24 in 24.
no, he's not.
He's the dude
Is
who does
he
the
that
commercials
guy?
with the deep voice. That's him.
He does the insurance
Richard
commercial.
Hayesworth or something like that. What's his name?
My God, I
Yeah,
did
that's
not
him.
know
Who
that
does
was
the
him.
insurance? Yeah, that's him.
Oh shit! I just learned something today.
Yeah.
I talk about Netflix. One of my favorite comedians lately put out a new show, and I've been looking for it. I was about to buy it on iTunes, and then I'm like, I googled it and something, and then his last special, and it was on fucking iTunes. I'm like, oh, I have an iTunes account.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe it's on iTunes Canada, because I know a lot of stuff is on iTunes United States.
Yeah.
USA, and it's not on Canada. So I logged on and I checked, and it was on. So I checked out his special, and then it's Tom Segura. You know who Tom Segura is?
I recognize the name. You said he's on Netflix?
Funniest.
Oh, yes.
He's
I
a
know.
bit chubby. He's married to a great comedian called Christina Pajinski.
I don't know if I watched all of it or I had it on in the background while I was doing something, but yeah, I checked it out a couple of weeks
It's
ago on
called
Netflix.
Completely Normal.
Yes. It was pretty good.
Dude, I discovered Tom Segura through the Joe Rogan podcast, because him and Joe Rogan are good friends, and he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and that's how I discovered him. And he also has his own podcast called My Mama's House, or My Mom's House or something. And I remember watching the first time I saw him was on Funny as Hell on HBO.
Yeah.
With
John Doerr.
Doerr.
Yeah.
And Tom Segura is probably right now my favorite. He has a bit on Completely Normal about I can't do justice to the bit, and I don't really want to say it, but it's about him going to the bathroom. He's explaining how he moved to a new place and how the bathroom is closer to the couch. So his wife is sitting on the couch, and he goes to the bathroom, and then he comes out, and then his wife is at the door, just waiting to leave. And he's like, he's like, what are you doing? She's like, well, we're going to the hospital. She's like, why? She's like, because of what just happened in there. She's like, I heard everything. He's like, what are you talking about? She's like, is that normal for you, that what just happened in there? He's like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Basically, he's saying how he's like explosive diarrhea or something. It is, my God, I don't remember last time I laughed like that. I watched it here on Thursday night. I think, was it Thursday night? Oh my fucking God, have I ever laughed? It was on Wednesday night. Anyway, if you have Netflix and you're looking for a good stand-up comedian, it's about an hour, or just over an hour. Tom Segura, Segura. If you don't know how to spell Tom, then go fuck yourself. Completely Normal, all right? Tom, Tom, Segura, Completely Normal. It's fucking hilarious, all right?
Yeah, I watched it. I don't know if I caught all of it. The thing is, I love to, especially with Netflix, like when shit's free. Well, not free, because I mean I'm paying for it, but
Yeah,
when you have
let's face
access
it,
to a
$7
lot
a
of it,
month.
it's pretty much free, right? So when you have access to that much, like I am guilty of always multitasking. As far as I've always got something on in Netflix.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
You put it
while
on in
I'm-
the background.
Yeah, I've either got it on my laptop while I'm playing a video game, or I've got it on my TV while I'm on my laptop. Whatever the case may be. So some stuff goes in and out, but I tell myself, well, I'll just rewatch it tomorrow if I need to. You know, if I caught myself laughing,
This
I'll
is
rewatch
definitely
it.
worth watching the
Yeah,
whole hour.
I'll probably rewatch it though, especially now that you promoted it.
Do you have a sound bit for a top 5?
For a top 5, I don't actually. I didn't think of
I need
that.
a top 5,
You know, I mean, can we use this? Hold on. I was thinking maybe we could do
Time
closing.
for the modern Maverick top 5. And this week's top 5 from the top of my head is the top 5 movies you'll deny seeing because they were horseshit.
I will deny having seen these movies because they were horseshit?
Yes. I will give you a perfect example.
Or movies that I'm afraid to say I liked that are horseshit. I've never really denied seeing a movie. That's
okay,
a tough
I
question.
use that because me and my girlfriend have an ongoing joke about movies that we've seen, and we're like, did we watch this movie? No, we didn't watch this movie. Nope.
Oh,
nope,
okay.
Nope. That's what I meant because it was so horrible.
Okay.
Sorry. Inside joke between me and my girlfriend, which is not here. And I thought I assumed.
I get what you're saying, yeah, but I know what you mean, yeah. So something like it was
how
so
about-
bad, you're like, no, I never watched that.
How about
What are you talking
top 5 movies that were horseshit?
Oh, man.
Your worst horseshit movies that you can remember.
Well,
top 5.
I can strum up a few based on the facts that I have not quit on a movie very often in my life.
Yeah.
But I have, and I think I mentioned this in last week's podcast that we didn't put online, so this works out well. The latest Die Hard one. Die Hard, was it Die Harder? Die Hard
The one
5?
where he goes to Russia.
Where he goes to
meets his
Russia and he
son
meets his son. That movie, absolute fucking horseshit. 15 minutes in, I tuned
you stopped
out.
it?
I stopped it, and I rarely do that, but it was bad. So off the top of my head, that's definitely one of them. Oh, fuck. What else was so bad that I was embarrassed to watch or had to shut it off? Oh, man. I don't...
It's hard to find a top 5.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. I mean, there's movies that I thought were super overrated that I didn't like very much. Whether it was Gangs in New York, I think, especially as a huge Scorsese fan, I don't understand how that movie kind of fell apart at the seams. Like, it started off with so much promise, and then you got this bullshit love story wrapped around this whole revenge thing, surrounded by a bunch of horrible Irish accents.
Yeah.
That was really
I think
bad.
that was the worst of that movie. Is that
yeah.
they tried a bit too hard to make it seem authentic.
What else didn't I like? Stuff that I love the Broken Lizard crew, the guys who did Super Troopers, and stuff like that. A few of the movies. Beer League, is it beer? Not Beer League. What are they called? Beer Fest. Beer Fest.
Yeah.
But the one they did there, where they're on an island and it's like a horror slasher movie. I don't know if you saw that one. Fuck, that one was bad.
What?
Yeah, what was it called again? Here, I'll have to IMDb it quickly. Yeah, that one was really freaking bad.
It's Lizards? What did you say?
Broken Lizard is the production company there. Hold on, I'll find it.
Club Dread.
Club Dread. Yeah, that one I wanted to like, but that one was pretty fucking bad. I'm trying to think of something really cheesy bad.
Did you ever see The Other Guys?
I love The Other Guys.
Are you fucking
With Will
kidding
Ferrell
me?
and Mark Wahlberg?
Get the fuck out of
I
here.
actually-
Get the fuck out right now. That's it. Podcast is finished. That was the horse shit of movies.
Dude, it was, the dialogue. Really? I love the dialogue
Really?
between the two of them. I thought the dynamic between the two of them was fucking hilarious. I mean, it's a stupid fucking movie, but I mean, come on. When Sam Jackson and Dwayne The Rock Johnson jump off the building to catch the bad guys, I thought that was fucking brilliant. Like, this movie's going to be hilarious. Like, I don't know. I thought it was, I really liked it. I mean, not a 10 out of 10 by any means, but
that's one of the movies where me and my girlfriend, I actually paid on demand to
Are you
watch it.
serious?
And then we were like, nope, we never watched this
I
movie.
have seen it multiple times.
Oh my God. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
How about Dwayne Johnson? Another movie that I thought was horseshit was Pain and Gain.
Pain and Gain. There you go. That one was fucking bad. I wanted to like it, but I was like,
Me
what?
too. I
There's
remember
something
seeing
wrong
the
with this
previews.
movie.
I saw the previews and I'm like, this movie's gonna be fucking
Well,
awesome.
because the dark humor, I was like, okay,
Yes.
like I like dark
and
humor.
it's based off a real story. And I was like, I can't believe they made such a good looking movie off
Yeah.
a real bland fucking.
But
and
then the end credits roll, and then I realized why. Because it was made by Michael Bay.
yeah, Michael Bay, except for Bad Boys, has made a bunch of horseshit movies.
So that one was bad. Oh, and I'm looking through my computer. I'm like, okay, what movies have I downloaded lately that I really didn't like? And I just got one now, The Lone Ranger. Have you tried to watch that fucking movie?
I want to like.
That's another one I quit on.
Are you serious?
I quit on it. You liked it?
No, I didn't watch it.
No.
I
Oh,
don't
you
want
didn't
to
watch it at
that
all.
shit. Are you
I
crazy?
tried because you know what? Tarantino put it on his top 10 list of movies from that year.
No fucking
And
way.
Tarantino, every once in a while, he
yeah,
throws
but
in.
Tarantino is.
I mean, he's awesome, but I mean, he's obviously got very eclectic tastes. But
God
when
damn.
he put that one, I was like, I'll give it a shot.
I
And
heard that
fuck
when
that.
it bombed.
It bombed
when it went in,
big
because-
time, and it was really bad.
And it's a Disney movie, no?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a Disney movie. So there you go. I'm up to 4. So I just need one more.
Classic shitty movie. Come on.
Classic shitty movie. You know what movie I never fucking liked was Hudson Hawk. Another Bruce Willis movie. The one with
Yeah,
him
that
and
was
Danny
pretty horrible.
Aiello. I hated that movie too when back in the day. So there you go. That'll round out my top 5 just to make one off the spot and that's the goal of this. So there you go.
There's the top Modern Maverick top 5 of the week.
Yeah.
So next week you have to come up with a top 5 for me. That's how it works, right?
Should we keep this as the background music for top 5? No, I'll find something else. But I was any excuse to play mariachi music. So what's your top 5?
The Other Guys was on there. Pain and Gain, I think, is one of the movies where I was so disappointed that had to be on top of my top 5 horseshit movies of all times. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was just like, oh my God, so horrible. And then I just kind of stopped thinking about that. I didn't. What else? Top shitty movies. Oh my God.
Because I enjoy watching bad movies too. You know, like last week before I watched Samurai Cop.
With
No, you don't know what it is. It's not with anybody. It's a horrible movie that is absolutely hilarious. It's some
Really?
80s samurai.
I thought it was the one with Farley.
No, that's
Ninja.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah.
Samurai Cop is one of like the good bad movies. You know, it's so bad it's good. It's one of those. So I enjoy them. So it's kind of tricky. But when a movie's supposed to be good and it's horrible, that's when you're like,
I can't think about my top 5. I really thought about out of the top of my head because I thought about the Other Guys and Pain and Gain. And I guess I got distracted and stopped thinking about the other ones. But I've been really into French movies lately. I find that Quebec movies.
Quebec or French?
Quebec.
Okay.
That there's a few movies out there. If you really want to take the time and listen to them.
Yeah.
If you obviously understand the French language.
Well, I still
They're
have to see that movie
fucking
Crazy. Have you seen Crazy?
Good fucking movie. No, Crazy. That's with that's the
Same guy who did the Dallas Buyers Club. The movie with Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto that won a bunch of awards. It's the same director.
Yes.
And I have to watch it. I haven't seen it yet. But it's
Jean-Marc Vallée.
It's several years old now, but I've heard that one is very good.
I watched that one a few months ago in February. I remember the day because it's actually the day my grandfather passed away. I got home. I was on vacation. Was I on vacation? I was on vacation. And there was this French movie, obviously filmed in Montreal. I forget the name. And I just enjoy once in a while I don't understand. I think it's just because maybe there's more of a connection because it's either filmed in Montreal most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But god damn, it was good, man. It was really good. I also saw.
What's the movie?
I forget the name. I'm trying to forget
name?
it. There was an actress in that. What's the fucking? What was the name? It was on the Movie Network. I can't.
Yeah, no, I've seen some good Quebec movies. What's the one where?
Did you see the Omerta, which came out in 2012 with Patrick Huard?
No, I didn't see that one.
René Langélil as the bad guy.
René Langélil?
Angélil, Céline Dion's husband.
Really?
He plays a mafioso bad guy in this movie.
René Angélil, right? That's his
Angélil,
name?
yeah.
Shit,
Dude,
for real. I
you
had
gotta
no
watch-
idea.
You gotta watch this movie.
He acts.
It's really fucking good, man.
Wow,
it's really good. It's about basically Patrick Huard is this undercover cop that's been he's a restaurant manager, but he's undercover for years and years. And this the redhead from those vampire fucking movies, Rachel something. What's those teenage vampire kissing movies with Robert Patterson and
Twilight? Yeah.
In the first Twilight, there's a Montreal actress that plays the bad vampire. The
Really?
redhead.
Oh,
Her
I'll
name
look her
is
up.
Rachel. Give me 2.5 seconds. Her name is Rachel Lefebvre.
Rachel
All
Lefebvre.
right, and she plays in this movie.
Really?
All right, she's also an undercover cop, and it's kind of like one doesn't know one is undercover, and they kind of like clash, and then they meet up, and then it's like a PI gets involved.
Okay.
This girl works for the PI, and there's you know Patrick Huard, right?
I do, and
Yeah.
now I know Rachel. Oh, I know her. She was in some other stuff too. Rachel Lefevre.
She was in-
Lefevre.
Yeah.
Oh yes, she was in that movie Homefront. Oh, that's another bad one with Jason Statham. Ooh,
Yes.
that's a bad one. Homefront. Have you seen that one?
Did you see the one? No.
With James Franco plays a hillbilly, fucking meth
yes.
dealer.
She's in there.
She's in there too.
That just came out this summer.
It came out
this
last
winter.
year. Yeah, she was in there.
Jason Tatum.
And she's in Under the Dome, the TV show based on the Stephen King book that I watched.
that's right.
There you go.
Yeah, Under
she's
the Dome,
the
yeah.
main character actually.
And anyway, listen, this movie is actually because my mom has the movie channel, but she has the French versions. All right, I have the English
is it still
version.
called
Super Écran?
Super Écran?
All right. So
Super
when I go to
screen.
her house for dinner, sometimes I end up watching TV and I end up catching a lot of these shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught Omerta one day, and I was like, "Oh, Omerta!" There used to be a Quebec show called Omerta. It was like a sitcom.
Okay.
It was on, and it was about the same thing. Omerta is basically a word for mafia related thing, you know.
Uh-huh.
So this movie is. I started watching it, and I was like, it's only a 6 on 10 rating in IMDb, but I don't always agree with IMDb. Obviously, it's a Quebec movie. Obviously,
Yeah, I mean,
viewers
it's
are
not
always
gonna get. Yeah, you're gonna get the people who watched it dubbed in
But
English or
God
whatever.
damn, I enjoyed it. I enjoy sometimes
Really?
once. I really wish I could think about this fucking movie that I saw in February. It was oh my God! I can't think. Oh, you know what? I found the actor. Okay.
You know, when you said French movies, I thought you meant from France because I've enjoyed some movies from France, like especially some horror movies, like directors like Alexandre Aja ended up now he's making English movies, like he did the remake of The Hills Have Eyes. But have you ever heard of the movie? And it, again, going back to Netflix, is Un Prophet, where it's an Algerian French kid who goes to prison in France at like a young age. And it's basically the story of how he moves up the ranks within prison, and it's his story, and it's unbelievable. I can't recommend it enough. You should definitely check it out. A Prophet. You can check it out on if it's still on Netflix, but it's a French movie from France. Absolutely amazing.
Really?
Absolutely.
What's it called?
A Prophet.
A Prophet.
Yeah. Or A
And
Prophet.
it's
Yeah.
directed by Quebec.
No, this is French from France, though. Like I'm saying, that's why I said when you said French movies, like I've tried to keep up to date with. Like I have no problem watching movies with subtitles.
No, me neither.
A great Brazilian movie I saw that I can recommend as well is Elite Squad, and there's a sequel as well. And it may be one of the few instances where a sequel is better than the original, or at least on par. And it basically explores corruption in police and the favelas and how they clean out, the slums and whatnot and all the
What's it
corruption.
called?
Elite Squad.
Elite
Squad. And they're both on Netflix now. The sequel's there too. Absolutely. Like if you want to watch an amazing movie this weekend, you watch that one. It'll blow your mind. Like it's so real and gritty, and it's like, why can't Americans make movies this way? You know, amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, unbelievable movie. Unbelievable.
I'll check it out. The movie I was talking about, that French movie, it's called Liverpool.
Liverpool. See, I would have never guessed that for the name of a French movie.
Yeah, me neither. That's why I could, but I remember the name was a bit weird, okay? And Liverpool.
From 2008?
Movie.
Was that it?
2012.
Oh, it's not the same one. Okay.
Yeah.
Liverpool 2012. Here we go.
Yeah.
A coat check attendant in a bar decides to bring an unclaimed coat back to its owner, but soon finds herself in the middle of a criminal intrigue.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. The girl is cute too. Stéphanie Lapointe.
Stephanie. Hey, if that's not like the girl next door name for somebody who was raised in Quebec, I don't know what is.
Yeah. If you Google her
Stephanie
name,
Lapointe.
she's pretty cute.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You should have a Quebec flag next to her name.
She's actually born in Brassard.
Brassard, a South Shore girl. South Shore.
If you're into French movies once in a while, check that out, man.
Check it out. Speaking of movies, I posted it on my Twitter, but I'm a big horror fan. But as I get older, I realize that I start to cringe at like the gory scenes and stuff now. Like, I don't know if you saw the remake for The Evil Dead. The original Evil Dead and its sequel are two of my favorite movies. They made a remake a couple of years ago. And at one point, there's a scene where a guy's getting shot with a nail gun. And I was like,
Are you serious?
So yeah, so I've become a bit more of a pussy over the years. But I love a good movie that'll scare me, especially anything that has to do with demonic possession and stuff like that. And I watched one that was pretty good called Oculus. Oculus. And I found it on the internet.
Oh my God, I saw a poster for that shit.
Did you really?
Last week, I was going through a website and I saw a poster for Oculus.
Anyway, I recommend
it. Is it that
it.
movie that the poster, she has hands over her eyes?
No, it's like a girl. It's like a young girl, a redheaded girl, and there's a mirror because it's all about a haunted mirror that influences the people that are in and around it. And it's interesting because it goes. It's one of those movies that the scenes go from the past to today.
Yeah.
Anyway, I liked it. The ending I wasn't crazy about. It seemed a little predictable. But overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. I mean, you know when you watch a movie and you're like, how much time is left? But you hope that there's more time left than there actually is. Yeah. It was one of those. Like I remember checking and saying, oh, fuck, there's only half an hour left. Like I wish this movie was longer because I'm really getting into it.
Oh, that's good.
So that one and the Lego movie of all things.
Yeah, we spoke about that last week, which
but didn't get. But goddamn, that movie's trippy, man.
Yeah, my son loves that movie. That's why I downloaded it.
With like the water being animated as Lego blocks and shit. I was like
the darker section, like the waves and stuff.
Man.
It's all
as I watched just the opening first 10 minutes, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
especially I started watching it just on my computer screen.
Oh yeah,
and it was like too much. It was like
too much digital, too
much
visuals.
No, it was just there was just too much going on. I was like, I can't watch this on my computer.
Like, you got to watch it on TV. I downloaded it for my son.
Yeah,
downloaded it, and because it's not out on DVD obviously yet. But because I remember my son. We talked about this last week, but my son. I watched the preview. I'm a big preview whore. I go on these websites where they show previews like Trailer Attic and Dark Horizons and stuff. And I got home one night and I was watching this preview of a Lego movie. I showed it to my son, and my son fell in love with it, especially with the song. Everything is awesome. He would sing that song like crazy,
It got stuck in my head that night. So I'll admit,
we were. Oh, I got just.
While we're killing time, let me play.
My eyes, the goggles do nothing.
Remember that one?
Play it again. Sorry, I'm taking my girlfriend.
My eyes, the goggles do nothing.
From The Simpsons when they're making the Radioactive Man movie. I love that one.
Just give me a sec.
No problem. And it's not like we got people watching or listening to us or anything.
Sorry. So my girlfriend is about to come in the house, so she might make a bigger noise. But
she's coming home.
Yeah. I was like,
it's like he's got these things going on upstairs in his brain compartment that aren't working properly.
You watch Trailer Park Boys?
I did for a bit.
Being a maritimer?
Do you understand that? Do you know? Understand. Why did I say that? Do you know that I used to live like 20 minutes away from where they used to film
you go. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, it's true. You did mention that.
In Bedford. They used to film in Bedford. I used to work in Halifax. Used to live in Bedford. And they used to film at this trailer park like 20 minutes away. Not even 20 minutes. Mostly 10 minutes away from where I used to live. So
they had a new movie came out recently.
Yeah, second one.
They made another one.
Yeah.
No, well now it's their third one, right? Yeah. And there's another season because they bought the rights back for the Trailer Park Boys. So there's supposed to be a new season coming out. I don't know. I don't have cable anymore, so it's kind of hard to follow the shit live. And something like the Trailer Park Boys, mind you, I mean it did go pretty viral. I mean I think it really but I don't know if it is out. It didn't pop up on the sites that I usually check up on, so I'd have to look it up.
I met them at a bar once.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I was.
Are they down to earth? Are they cool, or did the fame get to their heads?
Oh, they were pretty cool.
But
we were in a bar one night, and the guy Bubbles, he wasn't wearing his glasses.
Yes, and he speaks normally. Usually, he doesn't sound like he does.
And and they don't really look like each other when they're in public, but especially Bubbles. And they were at the bar one night.
What's his name? Mike Smith is his real name.
It's the same night. In the same night, I met them and Ty Domi.
Really?
Yeah, Ty Domi with the same bar in Halifax. And I was walking by and I saw this short guy. I'm like, just leaning against the wall, like anybody else, And I was like, yeah, that's Ty Domi. I was like, hey. And he's like, he kind of grunted at me. I'm like, yeah, whatever, bro. I'm drunk. It's all right. Cheers. So yeah, that was Ty Domi and Bubbles and all the guys.
Trailer Park Boys. Here you go. They got a season 8 and a season 9 coming.
Oh, really? So they're starting to film again.
So yeah, all it says is 2014. So I guess it's not out yet, but it's coming 8 and 9. I hope it's as good as it used to be. I mean, the last season, like, did you watch it from beginning to end?
No.
Okay.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, you haven't watched it? Because
Yeah,
at the end, it kind of veered off course, and they introduced a couple of different characters. They brought in, remember the band Skid Row?
Yeah.
Sebastian Bach. He
Yep.
was actually born in Canada, I think, or he's got a Canadian. He lived in Canada. Anyway, so he's got an association to Canada, an attachment to us, and he is in the episode or in the show for a few episodes.
Oh, wow.
He's gonna import Canadian cigarettes or Canadian weed or whatever the case may be from them. And
Damn.
he's a model train fan, just like Bubbles is, and they go and they steal the Patrick Swayze Express, which is a model train set named after Patrick Swayze, obviously.
See, I watched a few episodes, but I was never really into that movie.
I used to rewatch them over and over again. I love that. I love the absurd humor of it, and just especially the first season. Like, it's just like, you're like, the first time you see it, you're like, what is this real? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a reality show almost the first time you watch it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it was always based on that, but then the production went up, as far as the budget and whatnot. So it looked like a fake reality show as opposed to a real reality show.
There was this actor called Jonathan. Remember him? Torrance.
Yeah, J-Dog.
J-Dog.
Know what
He
I'm
played
saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He used to have his own
J-Rock,
show. Remember?
sorry, J-Rock.
J-Rock, yeah. He used to have his own show, remember?
Jono-Vision. I used to love Jono-Vision, dude.
It was like an after-school show.
I YouTube old episodes of Jono-Vision every once in a while,
Oh,
just to
shit.
tell you. My brother can relate, man. We used to watch that a lot. Actually, it was kind of clever, for something that was aimed at teenagers, that was Canadian made.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I liked it, and he had some funny skits and stuff. I'll never forget the cocoon. Remember that?
No.
Where he would like wrap himself up in a blanket and like be attracted to light bulbs because he wanted to turn into a moth or something. It was like a skit they did where it was like some kid was trying to discover himself, and he was cocoon. He would wrap himself up like a fucking larva. It was fucking weird.
Weird, but obviously it...
Weird, but that's my sense of humor. What can I tell you? I love all kinds of fucked up shit. I do.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise. Oh, Jesus. All right, so we're an hour and 40 minutes, so we're about to...
Yeah, man, we've been going on. I guess we do miss this, eh? I guess we do look forward to every Saturday.
Fuck, man. Like, honestly, it's the best time of the week for me.
Yep.
I love doing this.
Until I start playing golf.
Yeah, well...
Then it's going to be like, oh, podcast.
Go fuck yourself, because I hate golf.
You should learn. You'll be able to join us.
You know why I don't want to learn?
Join us.
Because I know I love it. And I've played before. Like I
Yeah.
said, I've tried it and I loved it. I just don't have the patience and I lose my shit and I break my clubs and I go all ape shit on that shit.
Pull one of these.
That was bullshit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Or
I will smash your face into a jelly.
That's me playing.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Play that again.
I will smash your face into a jelly.
Charlie from It's Always Sunny, my favorite. Probably my favorite character on TV.
He's an extremely funny comedian. He was in Horrible Bosses.
Yeah, he's the only guy from that show that's gotten movie roles. But I mean, he's got such a unique scream and that yelp. I mean,
his voice is unique. He's crazy.
That's him when he starts doing that. And I mean, he's doing it in a lot of his roles because that's what makes people laugh. Like Kevin Hart when he starts, getting worked up.
Kevin Hart is also another guy that's also extremely funny.
Oh yeah.
Probably one of the funniest guys on. I think we spoke about it in last week's podcast.
Yep.
It was that movie me and my girlfriend watched was
Ride Along?
Ride Along.
Is that what it's called?
With Ice Cube.
With Ice Cube. That's what it's called.
Yeah, I've never seen my girlfriend laugh so fucking hard in that movie,
Oh yeah.
So it was pretty cool, man. So
I liked it a lot.
So so I think we're done for this week because my girlfriend's is home and she's gonna come in. I told her to come in. I haven't heard her, so maybe she's in. But an hour and 40 minutes is good, unless you wanna.
No. Do you want a little song for us for our exit?
Yeah, I got an exit song. But
you got an exit song? Oh, you can play it then. I was gonna pick one, but if you got one ready to go, queued up. I said keyed up really before. I mixed up teed up and queued up, and it became keyed up.
Keyed up. I'll cue it up in a bit, but
so if somebody heard that and said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I caught myself. I just didn't want to say anything, but now I'm correcting myself because it's the end of the show.
Yeah. So before I end up, I can't cue the music. I can't move the sound. Anyway, I'll cue it up. I'll edit it after. So that's it. So this was episode 17 of the Modern Maverick podcast. Thanks for tuning in. I'd like to thank our sponsor,
Yeah.
OrageDesign.com, www.oragedesign.com. And I'd also like to thank 3-Player Co-op for promoting us on their podcast. So if you want to listen to their podcast at 3-Player Co-op on iTunes,
Yeah.
it's a great podcast if you're into gaming and stuff. Great podcast to listen to. Again, that's 3-Player Co-op.
And it's Canadian made from
Canadian.
the Maritimes,
That's
too.
right. It's a maritime. Fellow
Maritimer.
maritimer from my neck of the woods.
Yes, sir.
So check it out. And that's it. So that's another episode of the Modern Maverick podcast. Check us out at www.modernmaverick.net. Jesus.
You know, the Habs got eliminated, and we didn't even talk about that.
I know.
But you know what? I've been in denial. I've kind of went into the fetal position
It
for
never
24
happened.
hours after
It
that.
never
There you go.
happened.
That's something that never happened.
It never happened.
And the Blackhawks won last night. Game 7, baby. But the Hawks are going to fucking do it.
How about that hockey pool? You passed me in the hockey pool?
I passed you, and now it's coming down to me and P, man. But I've got a lot of Kings. But the problem is you've got Kings, but nobody else. I had Rangers, I had Canadians, and I had Blackhawks players. I think you only have guys from the Kings left, right?
Yeah.
And I had McDonough, which was a monster in the last round.
So I'm done.
You're done. It's down to me and P, that's for sure. If Chicago wins, though, I may be in trouble. Hey, you did well. You did well. But, yeah, we'll see. It's going to come down. If LA moves on to the final, then I've pretty much sealed the deal, unless they get shut out and swept in 4.
Yeah.
But if Chicago moves on, it's going to be a little tough because then Petro will have 2 more players than I will. So we'll see.
Well, good for you, man.
But
So,
hey, box pools. I am the king of box pools. That has always been my specialty. Not to toot my own horn, but toot toot. Yeah, baby.
Oh, all right. So this is it for episode 17. www.modernmaverick.net. Check me out on Twitter at Steph Paulin, STEPHPAULIN. That's STEPHPAULIN.
I'm having trouble with the call letters.
I gotta stop drinking. God damn. Check out my bro over here at J-Flynn MTL. That's J-Flynn MTL. Check us out on Facebook. Facebook.com/The Modern Maverick. I really feel like the Modern Maverick is going to become something special and something big.
I can feel it. Like the Habs playoff run. And I remember before the playoffs, we did a preview and you said, who do you think? A dark horse. And I said, you know what? The Habs. I had a feeling. And I've got that same feeling. I've got that same feeling. And it's not. I smoke rocks. It's not because of that. And it's not because.
I don't do drugs, though. Just weed.
It's not because of that either. I got a feeling. It's in my belly. It's in my gut. It's in my mind.
Dude, I think we're doing a great job, and I've heard nothing but good reviews of our podcast. Obviously, my friends are telling me I'm doing good. They might be bullshitting me.
But you'd want your friends. You'd like to think that if anybody will be honest, it'd be your friends.
Yeah.
But you know what? I watched our last one, and I was laughing by myself watching us. And I said, if we're making myself laugh upon rewatching something that we recorded,
that's good.
I mean, it's got to be making somebody else laugh. It's got to be somewhat entertaining because I'm not one to like to listen to myself either.
So please listen to the Modern Maverick podcast.
Do it.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your kids the Modern Maverick podcast.
Yeah.
That's where it's at right now. That's where it's at.
Yes,
I beg you. Share that shit like it's no one's business. The Modern Maverick podcast. That's it. We're out. We out for this week. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. We out, bitch. Ciao. Ooh.